So, Stranger Things finale came out a few days ago. The whole series is over. I think we can all agree it was a mess. Okay, I'm gonna say that now. Don't shoot me. Don't try to crucify me in the comments. It sucked. Okay, but for some reason, half of the fandom is divided into two groups. One of which is going, it was bad and rushed. Freaking listen already. It sucked major ass. That was bad. And the other half is going, no, no, it was good. Admit that it was good and a perfect ending to the story. When in fact, it was not good. It was not the perfect ending to the story. I, I can think of various faults with it. Like right now, like right off the top of my head. And honestly, I'm gonna address those in this video because I can't. I just freaking can't. This was bad beyond belief. Like, for over 10 years, they've made this series. And on the final year, literally the last day of the whole freaking year, they effed up. Like, seriously, how the hell do you do that? Let's get the meme out of the way. There were no Demogorgons, no Demo Bats, no Demo Dogs, nothing. I mean, like, at the end of Volume 1, I mean, Will, sure, he snapped a few Demogorgons' limbs apart, but that was it. That was all we saw of the Demogorgons. No, that was the last we saw of the Demogorgons. Except for in flashback scenes, you know. Like, seriously, man, where are they? They're like an essential part of the series at this point. They're practically one of the main characters. Like, they're great. They are peak monster design, honestly. And you just scrapped it. Why, man? Like Duffer Brothers. What the hell? Where are they? It's not possible that Will killed them all at the end of Volume 1. And if that is actually your bullshit explanation, leave. Like, the door is right there. Right freaking there. So leave. To get the elephant out of the room, yes, I am wearing a new mask. Still the same blank face. It was like... Thought I had to sneeze for a second. But yeah. New mask, same me. Anyways, continuing. Oh shit, yeah. Spoilers ahead. Like, for this entire video. Spoilers. Okay? Like, this is the official spoiler warning. The boop, 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 boop. Spoiler alert. Boop, spoiler alert. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, the spoiler alarm is done. If you have seen all of it, continue watching. If you have not, you might be better off not. Seriously, you would be better off not watching, I feel, because this shit... I'm disappointed, okay? This is the second series I've watched through 2025 that had a absolute ass finale. And I can't cope with that, you know? I think part of me is, like, in denial, because, like, how? Like, they put out absolute cinema for, like, the past 10 years. I mean, I don't like season 3, but that's it. I thought season 3 was a bit mid, but that's just it. I thought season 2 was peak. I'm getting off track. Oh, yeah, speaking of season 2, the lowest rated episode, with Kali. Kali, if you remember in that one episode, if you haven't watched the series, and you're still somehow watching, you absolute weirdo nerd. Basically, it started... No, it didn't start. What am I talking about? I need a second. I need a second. I need to collect my thoughts. I'm not reading off a script or anything. Oh yeah, right. Why the finale was an awful, absolute show of ass. Right, okay. So, if any of you remember season 2, where 11 in that, like, 1 or 2 episodes went to see those, like, found, like, those other kids who were there for some reason. Not there, but in, like, some warehouse in, like, a different state or something. Just, like, a few of them had powers or something. Uh, one of them, the one that actually mainly spoke during that episode, Kali, number 8, or whatever her name was. She reappears in season 5. I was literally, while I was watching with my parents, I said, "Hey, remember that like random group of kids in season 2?" And it took them a minute. They were like, "Yeah." Like seriously, I had to like physically remember they existed, and we're like, so like, were they just like all written out? Were they that useless to the overall plot? My parents literally guessed so, and literally right as the freaking episode ends, freaking Kali shows up. This like freaking like I don't even know what to call it. An armature? Blood draining cylinder thingy? Like, this is all, like, happening, like, at the end of Volume 1. We have no idea where this is gonna go. I mean, Will just took down, like, 4 Demogorgons? I mean, oh shit. In the totality of Season 5, we only see about, like, 5 or 6 Demogorgons total. Oh, oh. That's something to think about. That, oh. Anyways, getting back on the track. Getting on the... Oh, I just had a brain fart again. Think. Where was I going with this? Yes, right. She becomes important in season 5. Basically, she is kind of trying to help 11. I don't know. I mean, I've watched it once over already. It's not clear, okay? I think the overall consensus on season 5 is it was rushed. It was not well written, and honestly kind of false advertising. I think most critics said it best. This was made out to be the darkest season. Like, oh no, everybody you know is every single character you love has an equal chance of dying. When nobody died. Pretty much nobody freaking died, okay? I mean, none of the original kids even, which is a surprise. Like, my dad literally made a joke. I bet there's freaking... Okay, I'm gonna quote my dad right now. He said, I'm betting there's full gambling rings, full, like, websites betting on what character is going to die at the end of the season. Like, my dad was being, like, dead-ass serious, too. Like, sure, it was a joke, but he was also, like, completely serious. My dad does that. And I'm betting 99% of people were wrong. Because, like, pretty much no character died. I mean, like, everybody survived. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Even freaking Murray. I mean, no hate to Murray. I like him as a character, but, like, I thought he was gonna die. He didn't... I mean, sure, he was a supplier of everybody's goods. You know what? That is his only purpose in the story. He's just plot convenience. Oh my god, he's literally just plot convenience. Making sure the characters have everything they need to take down Vecna. He serves zero purpose other than that. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, actually talking about this out loud, I'm seeing a lot more plot holes. Oh. What else was something happened? Yes, characters that died. Let me list them off. Kali. 11. And don't you dare freaking say 11 survived. There is absolutely zero way. And Kali's definitely dead. No matter what. Okay, I'm gonna give you a rundown, so definite spoiler warning. Okay, so in the Upside Down, Will, no, not Will, Dustin, Mike, Nancy, and Jonathan all go to the lab where Brenner was. But in the Upside Down, there's a thing called exotic matter that kind of holds the Upside Down together, like, kind of like they use this analogy. It's like the Death Star shield, but really, it's more like how in Return of the Jedi, instead of actually, just shooting the stuff down a port, like instead, it's like how in Return of the Jedi, the Millennium Falcon and that one X-wing actually have to like fly in there, like into the Death Star and shoot the core, causing it to explode. It's like that. That is pretty much what the exotic matter, as it's called, does. It's literally just the exact same. They even make a Return of the Jedi analogy, which is where I'm getting this from. But basically, they have set up a bunch of C4 around that. They blow it up. Kali earlier got shot and is wounded in the building. This is supposedly what's it called? No, not what's it called. This is supposedly like multiple hours before the actual end of the. I shouldn't even say end because it's more like end of like the half of, more like the end of like the half of the finale. I'll get to that in a minute. Basically, Kali, there's no way she should be alive. I mean, sure, she got shot, sure, but she also got exploded, okay? Like, sure, you can be close to an explosion. Well, I say close. Not far from an explosion and survive. But this girl. Looks like I need to make like a demonstration. Okay, so this is the whole building, this deck box. At the very top is where the bomb is, and let's say at the middle is where Kali is. Even if the C4 didn't directly kill her, the resulting force of the explosion and the whole dimension of the Upside Down crumbling around her, exactly like being like right at the main area where the whole freaking exotic matter is, where that's exploding, that should have killed her instantly. I'm sure you guys are, if you have seen it, you understand where I'm getting to from this. Okay, so, at the very, no, not at the very end, but throughout the season, the military people, who I don't even remember from the other seasons, are using like this sound device to cancel out Eleven and Kali's powers. They are using that during the like final moments of the first half of the finale. Basically, Mike, the main character, I guess, comes up with a story. Multiple people have theorized for him coping with Eleven's death. That's a spoiler, I guess. Basically, he says, no, not basically. I gotta explain this first. So basically, in Eleven's final moments, she has one of those, like, mental FaceTime calls, I guess. Where she goes in, like, that weird void thing and, like, can walk around. She does that with Mike while those speakers are loudspeakers, whatever the hell you want to call them, are making that high-pitched frequency, so she can't use her powers. Does that make sense? No. It's most definitely a plot hole. Mike thinks, though, that Kali, whose power is to create illusions, Mike thinks Kali, who's more than definitely exploded, if not having bled out from the gunshot wound at this point, is somehow casting a projection over there. I'm gonna make another visual demonstration. Okay, so all the way back here, where the explosion is Kali. And over here at the exit to the Upside Down is where everybody else is, including 11. The explosion over here is completely tearing apart the entire freaking dimension of the Upside Down, which is technically not a dimension. It's more like a gateway, a bridge in between two. I'll get to that. I will get to that. But basically, Mike thinks someone who's either bled out or exploded is casting a projection all the way to here just because 11 used her powers, with the loudspeakers. I'm not gonna say that makes more sense than what's happening. But I'm sure you're all saying, wait, but how did 11 do the freaking FaceTime call? Anyways, well, Mike says, oh, well, she kind of hid behind this building to do it. Of course she did. Like, bro, the things are still going. Like, how? How would that be possible? Like, bro, look me right in the eyes and tell me that she would be out of range enough for that. You can't, because it didn't happen. Like, I genuinely cannot believe how rushed this, like, finale was. Like, it it hurts, okay? I have been a fan of Stranger Things for, like, a long time. I made theories. Hell, I even, like, when rewatching the series once, I noticed in the first episode, when Will gets pulled into the Upside Down, you can hear a clock chime sound effect. Was that foreshadowing for Vecna? No. Is it freaking awesome? Hell yeah, it's cool. I focus on the little details like that. My friends call me a theorist sometimes, maybe even insane or mad even. They all call me mad. But no. No, I just notice things like that. I notice continuity errors. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, there's no way Eleven's alive. Okay? I mean, the Duffer Brothers, it feels like they want her to be alive. They're like saying, "Hey, so Mike's coping mechanism, she is completely accurate. She is alive somewhere with 3 waterfalls." Because if you haven't watched it, that's a thing. Well, no, there'd literally be no way for her to get there. She was she was in the freaking Upside Down anyways, which got exploded. All its gateways are shut. I'm having a freaking headache trying to explain this. Wow, like genuinely, I'm gonna get some water. Ah, I needed that. Okay. What was I going on about? Yes, right, the finale not making sense. Okay, if you've watched almost all the seasons, you know that the Demogorgons, the Demobats, the Demodogs are basically Vecna's foot soldiers. Like the first line. The first line of defense against, the main characters. When in reality, in the finale, apparently. Oh, I should get this out of the way at first. Okay, so earlier, I said that the Upside Down is not actually a separate dimension. Oh, excuse me. But a bridge between two of them. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. So I said that it's kind of like a bridge. There's 2 dimensions, our world and the abyss. The abyss is where the Demogorgons all come from. So why is there none? It doesn't make any sense. I can't wrap my head around it. And that's not even talking about the big twist. Y'all remember the Mind Flayer from seasons 1 through 3? Well, apparently, it's been retconned. Apparently, Vecna did not create the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer controls. No. The Mind Flayer and Vecna are in a symbiotic relationship because of a weird ass stone Vecna got from a scientist that he killed when he was a child. What? Like, I can't believe this, man. Oh, yeah. Also, Will, I'm not gonna complain about the coming out scene. It's good to include something as long as I'm all for pride. Like, inclusive, as long as it doesn't, actually get in the way of the plot. Like, if it's, like, just forced in there to be inclusive, I'm not a fan of that, okay? But if it works for the plot, I'm all for it. Because, that's also inclusive, and it doesn't feel like it's interrupting the story. I'm good with that, okay? But also, like, he should have died, I feel. Like, I'm not saying this. I am not a hater of Will. But, like, going thematically and with, like, the plot, it would have made sense for him to die and given the characters more motivation. Also, he was actually Vecna's biggest threat. Vecna should have tried to kill him more. Like, it's bad if the fans are coming up with better reasons, okay? Okay, getting back to the absolute character assassination of L. This is worse than what they did to Luke Skywalker. Nah, nothing's worse than what they did to Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy. But basically, Eleven, whose entire character arc through the series has been about her actually becoming a person in the world, a real character, it's just been disrupted, canceled, canned. Basically, She is nothing but her powers anymore. Like, that's literally the whole reason she and Kali kill themselves, so the military can't have their powers. Like, man, my guy, you just killed her off because you demeaned her whole reason for having a character arc. Why? Also, like I said, this is just the first half of the finale. Like, all this area over here, this is... Okay, so fast forward a year and a half later, basically, we're seeing everybody graduate, including Max, who's been in a coma for 2 years. I don't know how that works. But basically, everybody is now super happy and graduating, except for Mike, who's sad that Eleven's gone. I already said, has made like a story as a coping mechanism, which even then has some plot holes I don't even want to try and explain. Basically, nothing makes sense anymore. Everybody's graduating. Everybody's getting their happy ending. And I don't know if this is just me, but I hate when you're watching the finale and watching the characters leave, and then you see the new generation taking their places and setting up the story again. Because Mike's little sister, Holly, who's been a bit important throughout the season, I'm not the biggest fan of her. Basically, now she and her friends are in the basement playing D&D. Sure, okay, fine. Like I just said, I hate when they do that in shows, when you're seeing the new generation. Because, like, it just feels like replacement, you know? Like, it's not really, like, a good send-off. But basically, we see that, and then that's it. No credit scene. Nothing hinting at the Upside Down still being open. Nothing hinting at Elle's actual, sense of being alive. Nothing. Nada. It just doesn't exist. Also, it just feels like nobody even cares about what happened. I mean, Robin has like a throwaway line about Vicky, I think. Yeah, that's another thing. Jonathan, Nancy, Robin, and Steve. We don't even get a proper explanation for what happens to them after the series. It is bullshit. Also, I'm gonna go back to this again. The Mind Flayer coming back is stupid as hell. Like, it looked like in season 4, when we're seeing Vecna's backstory, it looks like he loved spiders as a kid, so he brought something into his world that looked like a spider, causing the Mind Flayer. Like, that. Wait a minute. What the hell are the Mind Flayer particles then? Because, like, that was the whole thing with season 1 and 2. Like, Vecna, the Mind Flayer, or whatever that thing was in the first 2 seasons, had those, like, particles, and, like, infused Will with them, making them into a spy. How the hell does he build the Upside Down either? I'm not going to talk more about this. My phone keeps alerting me it's on low storage anyways. I'm going to stop right here because I'm pissed and annoyed. So, see you guys. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from for some of this. Bye. Sorry this one's a bit later than usual.